My darlings, it is Friday, December the 6th, and some of y'all can't keep up with the code today, so we're doing some episodes. Let's go. And that's not your fault, okay? The code is heavy today, as we are starting to see more of the pieces falling into place. So here we go. Foytley, let's start off with confirming that, yes, Muscarina did put his 4-year-old child that he did not spend Thanksgiving with, by the way, on his shoulders to cover the back of his head as a human shield, okay? As this private citizen walked in to tell the Senate what he wants to do with the government, with the look of pride on his face that he thinks he successfully purchased this country. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Okay, he wanted to make sure no one would sneak up behind him, so he literally put his own son to protect himself. And that's what the religious folks, the steeple people, the fake chariots, the Mad Hatters, when they talk about values and morals, that's what we're talking about. People that are willing to sacrifice their own children. In fact, it's in their Bible. I think it's one of their favorite stories. They love to hammer that one in. You better be willing to sacrifice anything, except for now it's been twisted into, I'm just going to use my kid as a human helmet. All right. So, yeah, there was that. But let's talk about the increasing breadcrumbs. Actually, you know what? Let me go back to the clock app. If you already follow this, then you should have seen the video about Romania and what their intel released regarding their election, which was recently invalidated. Okay, at least the presidential one was invalidated. So if you weren't keeping up with that one, that one was a little tighter. In Romania, the person who won, there was Russian interference. Okay, confirmed. And there was also intel that the clock space, the algorithm was being abused for the use of spreading misinformation to help give the same thing, basically, certain people were using bot farms to do here. Same thing, okay? So that was released that's a publicly, they made a report. And when I made a video about that, TikTok took it down immediately. All right. So today everyone is abuzz about the ban staying in place. And we all thought their security concern was bullshit when they banned it way back. We're like, what security concern? Well, now that things have developed as they have, and after seeing that Romania specifically said that app was a main factor in the algorithm being abused to propagate, it almost kind of makes you wonder if the security issue they kept saying was something to do with that. And I don't think they told all of the representatives in Congress and stuff exactly. I think they just gave them enough information to know that it was major and international, and they were probably like, okay, good enough. And yeah, I know Zucky wants it and Muskie wants it, and no one, they're not going to sell it. America is not even their biggest user. The thing is that America feels like we're this massive country and we've got all the people and all the power. Our population is not that big compared to some of these other countries. So no, they're not going to sell to an American company just to keep us happy. They don't need America. We can be cut out and they will only lose a little bit. So they're not going to sell. If it stays in place, which it looks like everything will, then, that's what's going to happen. But I just wanted to call attention to the fact that we all thought it was weird that here they are telling us that they have security concerns about this app, but they want to use it through the cycle. They want to use it through the election cycle, but it's not safe. Right? That made all of us go, that's why we thought it was extra bullshit. Darling, what if it wasn't entirely extra bullshit? What if that was part of what needed to be left open, and there's a reason that it's set to end January 19th? After anything that would have had to do with this cycle is completed and done, and anything they would have needed to catch or monitor has been caught and or monitored. Interesting, right? Just a thought. Just a thought. Okay, give me a second. Wait, it's recharge. Recharge. Wait. Okay, All right. I should also take a sip of my coffee, but I'll wait. Okay. So decoding that part. All right. Now let's move on to how we are seeing the blue team start to troll. And baby, if you're feeling joyous inside, go with it. All right. I saw comments are like, I don't want to get my hopes up again. Let me remind you, unprecedented shit. Okay. So I need you to stop being hyper focused on like cert dates or we need to do this by this date or this. I need you to stop thinking within those frames because it's about to be a whole different ball game. Okay, gloves off, new rules. I don't even think we know what the rules are going to be. I don't know if this thing is going to come from the inside to start or if it's going to come from the outside. I honestly believe it's going to be an international thing that comes in, or if it is internal, it's going to be an agency. It's not going to be a campaign, it's not going to be the people you want to see. It's going to be someone else saying, hey, we found this, or hey, this happened, or another international court saying, hey, we want your guys that were involved in this. But they've been telling us it's not just about what Dumpty did. And this is what I need everyone to understand. This is why they're not just doing it, just do it, just take him, I understand everybody, because it's not about just him. It's not about just him. Okay, he's a piece of it. All right. The one pulling the strings, we got to get Kingpin, and the web comes down across multiple people in multiple countries. And that works to our benefit because then it's not Team Blue coming for their God King and weaponizing justice and being unfair to them. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It's beyond our hands. It's an international level thing. And hey, we could even give them a cookie and say it's not entirely on them. They just fell for it. They fell for what Putinesco was giving them. Or there were those data breaches. I'm sure a lot of these people are doing it of their own volition, but there are a handful of folks who are probably going along with it because there's someone with information reminding them that they have to keep up with what they were promised or what they were told to do. So, yeah, we are starting to see between President Obama kind of slipping it in there, alluding to some stacking of the deck. And he said it because in the red chambers, they're calling for treason and for him to be punished for daring to say that a lying cheater may have lied and cheated. They're very upset at him for saying that. So that's how I know. And then we had Mr. Newsom, who, if you've seen the clip, you know what I'm talking about. The look on his face, darling. And this is someone who called an emergency session to discuss how to defend against the incoming administration. But when he was asked by that reporter, he says, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm just gonna agree with Jon Stewart and say just be patient and all will be revealed. But I'm not gonna answer about the incoming administration. Everything's gonna be revealed, baby. Like I said on my TikTok, that wasn't a crumb. He left a whole slice on the ground, okay? He left a buttered piece of toast on a plate. He left it on the table for you, all right? Anyone else who is like, hey, where's my hint? Where's my clue? Can't they just say it? The amount of these folks that are coming out with their be patient, hang on, and their little grins. Okay. Now, everything moving forward from this is unprecedented. So who knows what will happen come 20th? Things might be pushed. But I don't know. Okay, so just stop hoping for something that is expectable and be ready for something else. You got to be flexible. We all got to be flexible. Okay, don't worry about deadlines and dates. Pay attention to the crumbs. Popcorn and patience, and if you're like me, a blinker or a roll-up. But, yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. History. In a good way. Finally.